Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss on the topic normal forms of the context-free grammar. So the context-free grammar having generally two normal forms, CNF and the GNF. CNF stands for the Chomsky normal form and the GNF stands for the Gribach normal form. Fine. Generally in CFG there is a restriction towards the LHS. So the LHS having only one non-terminal and the RHS having the string of terminal and non-terminal, means the combination of terminal and non-terminal. Then what is the normal form? So when the production in a given grammar G satisfy the certain constraints, then G said to be in the normal form. Fine. So let's discuss about the CNF. How we are going to convert the CFG into the CNF. So in CNF, the right hand side of given production is of following form. A gives BC or A gives A. Means in the CNF there is a restriction for the right hand side of the production. So that right hand side only contain the two non-terminal or the single terminal, and that is the constraint for the CNF. And if given grammar follow this rule, this restriction, then that grammar said to be in the CNF. Clear? Now let's explain with the help of example so you will better understand. Now take the one example. So we are taking here one example, that is S gives PQP, P gives 0P or epsilon, Q gives 1Q or epsilon. Fine, convert the given grammar into CNF. Now, the most important thing regarding the CNF is that while converting the given CFG into the CNF, that CFG should be in simplified form. So what is the simplified form? The simplified form is nothing but the grammar without epsilon symbol, without init production and without useless symbol. Fine, that grammar is called as a simplified grammar. So first our job is to simplify the given grammar. So look at here in the given grammar, the given CFG contain the epsilon, means it having the epsilon production. So our job is to remove that epsilon production. So right here, the first we simplify given CFG. Here epsilon production is there. Therefore remove it. So how to remove the epsilon production? For removal of the epsilon production, there is need to first identify the nullable variables. So what is the nullable variable? See here, nullable variable. So the variable or the non-terminal which generate the epsilon production called as a nullable. See here, in our grammar, the P generate the epsilon, means the P is nullable, clear? Q generate the epsilon, so Q is the nullable. And see, if I am putting the epsilon value instead of P and Q in S production, S is also going to generate the epsilon, so S is also the nullable variable. Fine. Therefore, first remove the nullable. Remove nullable variables. Variables are nothing but the non-terminals. Non-terminals means the capital letters. Fine. So the removal of the nullable variable is very easy. First of all, we'll go one by one for each and every production. First take the S production with its RHS production PQP. Fine. So what are the new production generated by removing the nullable? First remove the first P, then QP is remains. Then remove the last P, PQ is remains. Remove the middle Q, look at on my finger, what left? PP, write down it. Then remove the PQ, both nullable variables, remaining is P. Fine. Remove the first and the last P, the remaining is Q. So we remove the all possible combinations of the nullable variables and we'll get the new generated productions are this one. And now we remove the nullable variables from the S production. Same go for the P production. Write down the original 0P as it is. Now here in this production the P is the nullable, so remove it, and if we remove the P, what left? Only 0 left. So yes, this is without nullable. Now the Q's production, write down the 1Q as it is. Fine. So Q is the nullable, remove it, what is left? 1. Fine. So this is the CFG will get without nullable variables. Fine. Or we can say without epsilon production. So write down here. Now given CFG without epsilon production. Our job is to what? First simplify it. Simplify means what? If epsilon, remove it. If unit production, remove it. If useless symbol, remove it. So after removing the epsilon production, what I see here, everyone look at on the given grammar. I see here in the given grammar having the unit production. Unit production means what? The single non-terminal generate single non-terminal. Means on the LHS there is only one non-terminal and on RHS there is only one non-terminal. That is called as unit production. Fine. So here above grammar having unit production. Therefore, also remove unit production. Clear everyone? So the removal of the unit production is again very easy. What to do first? First, from the given grammar you have to make the two columns. What? The first column is the unit production and the second column is the non-unit production. Very simple. Now see, from the given grammar, first of all you have to write down the all unit production in this column and non-unit production in this column. So which are the unit production here? S gives P. See, S generate the P, that is the unit production, and one more unit production, S generate the Q. So write that, and all remaining non-unit production write in this column. So which are the remaining non-unit productions in the S? PQP, QP, PQ, PP. In the P production, 0P or 0. In the Q production, 1Q or 1. Clear? Now, what to do next? Apply chain rule. Chain rule. Fine. You have to apply the chain rule on the unit production, on this production. So, by the first chain, S gives C. S gives P. What we have to do? We have to add P's non-unit production to the S production. Add P's non-unit production to S. Fine. And by this rule, S gives Q. What to do? Very simple. Q's non-unit production, this one, add to S. Add Q's non-unit production to S. Clear everyone till that point? So, by this chain rule, now your S become, I am writing the S here on the new page, see here. S become what? PQP. First of all, write down the all non-unit production of the S, QP, PQ and PP. This is the original non-unit production of the S. And by this chain rule, see here, by this chain rule, we have to add the P's non-unit production means 0P or 0 into the S, as well as Q's non-unit production, that is a 1Q or 1 into the S. So by adding this one, P's productions are 0P or 0 and the Q's non-unit productions are 1Q or 1. Clear? And now this is your S without unit production. Clear everyone? Write down the P, 0P or 0 as it is, Q, 1Q or 1. And now look at here. This is the grammar without unit production. Have you seen here unit production? No. Now we removed it. Fine. So we remove the epsilon production, we remove the unit production. Is there any useless symbol? No. See, P generate the terminal, Q generate the terminal. So there is no useless symbol. Therefore, above grammar, above CFG is simplified. Fine. Now convert into CNF. So what is the form of CNF? That is A gives BC or A gives A. This is the form of CNF. Means the right hand side of all production should contain two non-terminal or the single terminal. Then our grammar is in CNF. Fine. So now what to do next? For now convert this CFG into the CNF. For that purpose, we add new production as follows. Why? Because we want to bring the all productions on the RHS either two non-terminal or the single terminal. For that purpose, we introduce the new variable, that is the C1, which generate the 0, and one more variable we take C2, which generate the 1. Means in the given grammar we add instead of 0 C1 and instead of 1 C2. So by substituting this one, your S become PQP, QP which is already in CNF, two non-terminal, PQ which is already in CNF, two non-terminal, PP which is already in CNF having the two non-terminal. And now see here, in this production, this one 0P, instead of 0 I am putting the C1 and the P as it is. So now see, this is previously it was not in the CNF, now it comes into the CNF. Fine. The 0 single terminal is allowed, which is already in CNF. Here 1Q which is not in CNF. Now instead of 1 we putting the C2 and this Q as it is and 1 as it is. So now see here, this and this is converted into a C. I am doing the underline into CNF. Now take the P. In P's production, instead of 0 put the C1, this P as it is, now it bring into the CNF, two non-terminal, single terminal already allowed, so write as it is. In the Q's production, again instead of 1 we putting the C2 and this Q as it is, write down the 1. Fine. Now see here, look at it in the grammar. Two non-terminal, two, yes, two non-terminal, single terminal, two non-terminal, single terminal, two non-terminal, single terminal, two non-terminal, single terminal. Only remaining is this one. So, to convert S gives PQP into CNF, we add new production as follows. Fine. So I take the new introduced variable C3 and which generate, either you have to write down the PQ or QP, no problem. I am taking here PQ. So instead of PQ here I am putting the C3. So by substituting this one, your S become, instead of PQ I am writing the C3 and this P as it is, and the remaining already in CNF write as it is. Q, C2Q or 1, and also you have to write down the added new productions. So C1 generate 0, C2 generate 1 and C3 generate PQ. And now see here, as per the restriction for the CFG, RHS should contain two non-terminal or the single terminal, and in our given grammar it follow the form of CNF. So above grammar is in CNF. Look at here, every production follow the restriction, either having the two non-terminal or the single terminal. Clear everyone? Understood this one? How we are going to convert the CFG into the CNF? Keep in mind that grammar first should be the simplified and then convert into the CNF. I hope everyone understood this one. Thank you very much.